Hi, and welcome to our presentation for Spotify Social. This is a project using TigerGraph, and we believe that this project can essentially help improve and expand user interaction and connectivity on Spotify. This will be done essentially through connecting users through a variety of different characteristics, such as their songs, albums, artists, genres, and track features shown in the schema here. So, for example, users can connect or have certain artists, then artists have certain tracks, albums, and genres, and then tracks then have certain audio features which we've pulled out using the Spotify API. So I'm going to split this presentation up into three main sections. First is just exploring the schema, which I've just done, and then also showing you how we've explored the graph and how users can connect with each other. And then finally, I'll talk a little bit about the queries and then using that data in the actual application itself. So moving on, the first main way that users can connect with each other is through artists that they have in common. And obviously, the more artists you have in common with another user, the higher the likelihood that you would match with another user in terms of your music taste. The second main way was through tracks that you listen to in one with another user. So, for example, in here, user one and user two, they only share one common artist, so they might not necessarily have a very similar music taste. And then the final main way was through genre connections. So in this case, user one listens to four artists. These have their respective genres. And then user four has their respective artists, which then match according to those certain genres as well. And then obviously there's a connection between user one and user four through those. And then again, the number of connections or the increase or the greater the number of connections between the two users, the higher music taste similarity score, I guess, they have between each other. And then the final section is just basically going to run you through some of the queries and what they output. So in this case, the first query that we created is to essentially generate the average audio features for a given user, and then these can then be compared against other users in PyTigerGraph to see how similar a user's music taste is. The second query is essentially counting the number of shortest paths between users for the tracks, the artists, and the genres. And once we can pull all this data together for, say, a certain friend group, this can then be implemented into Spotify's front end and allow for further connectivity between users by recommending users to each other, and also, for example, creating Discord or subreddit style channels for people to interact and share similar music to each other. Thank you for listening.